to the Fourth and Long Fantasy Football Show with Corey and Justin. Here they are, the Fourth and Long Fantasy Brothers.
Welcome into the Fourth and Long Fantasy Football Show, a special film review episode. My name is Corey, and today we're going to talk about Jacksonville Jaguars running back James Robinson, who going into this season has the title for me of the riskiest fantasy football running back to own in 2021. Now, the stats are very, very nice, but if stats meant everything in fantasy football, guys like Jordan Howard and Leonard Fournette would still be elite running backs. And James Robinson, despite the amazing numbers, had a lot of situations like this in his 2020 film, where big holes opened up and he was receiving all of the opportunities in Jacksonville, so he had to make at least a few of these pay off. Now, this run you're watching does demonstrate a little bit more than your average running back can give you, but as you saw on that run, and as you'll see on this passing play, James Robinson sometimes is just in the right place at the right time, and a lot of his touchdowns and yardage can be attributed to that. But his actual pass-catching skills are nothing to scoff at. As you can see here in this play out of the backfield, he's able to keep plays alive and gain extra yards, which other running backs can't always do. And at times, he's able to flash really good hands and concentration. As you'll see he'll be able to do here against the Ravens, this is a tough catch even for a wide receiver, and he makes it look easy. This requires a lot of concentration from a running back and really good hands to be able to bring this in. It's a nice catch by James Robinson. And while that's true, his pass catching is not otherworldly. It's good. It's not elite. Same goes for his running style. It's good. It's not elite. I'd classify Robinson as a power back with just a little bit more of everything else that makes a good all-purpose back. In review of his film, I found that he's a little bit faster than I expected, but he's not a burner. He's a little bit shiftier than I expected, but I wouldn't call him elusive. He's just a good overall running back, sort of a jack-of-all-trades running back who can do a lot for your team. If Jacksonville was to draft an elite-level running back or sign some star off of free agency, they would surely take over James Robinson's job. But until that happens, I see no reason to think that Robinson is not the 1A in this backfield. In the run coming up here against the Los Angeles Chargers, you're going to see what I'm talking about. It's kind of the perfect run that shows what James Robinson is. Little bit of shiftiness, nothing spectacular, good amount of speed, nothing that would blow you away, and good power. That's James Robinson for you. So I imagine you're probably seeing that in this review, I like, probably not love, but like James Robinson. And here's why this is so tricky and I consider this high risk. A jack-of-all-trades runner like Robinson could be a Chris Carson, the team's go-to guy who's used as an all-purpose back and racks up fantasy points. Or he could be Jamaal Williams, a good jack-of-all-trades player who gets outshined by a star who comes in and takes over the 1A job. I'm hesitating to call Robinson a star because there's plenty of this film where he can get more, but he's just not there yet and he can't seem to do it. But let's not leave you on a sour note. Let's leave you on a positive note with James Robinson. He was a touchdown maker in 2020. And I see no reason, as long as he has the job, to do the same thing in 2021. And hey, fantasy football is all about risk. And there's no one who epitomizes that more than Jacksonville running back James Robinson.
Royalty-free music courtesy of Ben Sound. The views and opinions expressed on today's episode are that of the Fourth and Long Fantasy Football Show. Remember to like and subscribe.